everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Alex and today I'm going to be bringing you my August TBR. I cannot believe it's already time for me to be posting my August TBR. This year has been absolutely flying by, but these are some of my favorite videos to film, so I can't say that I'm upset about it. In August, I am going to be participating in the NEWTs Magical Readathon. This readathon was created by Book Riot, and I will leave her link to her explanation video down in the comments below. So just a really quick rundown, this is a month-long readathon based on the tests from the Harry Potter series, the Owls and the Newts. In the Owls, each subject gets a certain prompt that you have to fill in with a book, and whichever ones you complete, you then get to take your Newts in those subjects in August. There are also optional career paths that you can go down to kind of tailor your TBR. I have not done that this year, but I probably will next year. But regardless, that is going to be part of what I'm sharing with you today. So without further ado, let's get started. So like I said, for the NEWTs Readathon, you are allowed to complete the prompts for the subjects that you also completed in April. So I had about 8 prompts that I completed back in April, but I'm not going to be going for all 8 subjects in the NEWTs. In the Owls, each subject only has 1 prompt, 1 book that you have to read, but in the NEWTs, you have 3 different levels. For each subject in the NEWTs, you have average, exceeds expectations, and outstanding. So each subject has 3 different prompts and you have to read the books in that order. So that being said, since it is a little bit more strict, I'm only going to be aiming to complete 2 of the subjects that I am eligible for, because I do also have several other books that I'm looking to get to in August that don't fit any of the prompts. So we're just gonna go with what we can do. So the first subject I'm going to be aiming to complete is arithmancy, and for the average challenge, you are supposed to pick a book that ends on an even numbered page. And for this challenge, I'm going to be reading The Color of the Sun by David Almond. This book doesn't release until September. I have received an arc of it through NetGalley, and I want to try to read it a month ahead of time, so since it comes out in September, I really want to try to get to it in August. This follows a boy named Davy, who at the beginning of the novel, just a few weeks prior, his father passed away, and then Davy learns of another boy that has been killed in the neighborhood, and he thinks that these 2 instances might be related, and he goes on to try to discover what's really going on. I have read another David Almond in the past and really enjoyed it. I think that this one has some magical realism elements in it as well, which you guys know that I enjoy, and this one has a beautiful cover. It's really short, so I think it's going to be great for this readathon. The Exceeds Expectations challenge is to read a standalone, and for that I'm going to be picking up The Great Alone by Kristen Hannah. I don't know a whole lot about this one, but I have read The Nightingale by Kristen Hannah like everybody else has, and I very much enjoyed it. I'm excited to get to this one as well. I do know that it is a historical fiction that takes place in the 1970s and it's set in Alaska. And for the outstanding category, you have to select a book that is longer than 350 pages, and for that I'm going to be picking up The Girl from Everywhere by Heidi Heilig. Again, I don't know too much about this story, but I do know that it follows our main character named Nyx, who can time travel. And the second subject that I'm going to be completing for the NEWTs is Care of Magical Creatures. So for the average category here, you're supposed to pick a book where the title begins with the letter A. So for this one, I'm going to be picking up Another Day by David Levithan. This is the companion novel to Every Day by David Levithan, which you guys know I reread last month, and this story follows the events of Every Day in the perspective of Rhiannon. For the Exceeds Expectations challenge, you are to choose a book that's under 300 pages, and for this one, I'm going to be reading How to Ruin Everything by George Watsky. Now, this is actually a collection of essays by a YouTuber, musician, George Watsky. Watsky is really known for his fast rapping abilities, so a lot of these essays are anecdotal, and I'm sure that they will have a little bit of his signature style in them. I've been a fan of Watsky for a little while now, so I'm really interested to see how his words come across on paper. And for the outstanding category for this one, you're supposed to pick a book with a bird on the cover, and for this I'm going to be reading A Brief History of 7 Killings by Marlon James. Now this book is fiction, but it is inspired by the real assassination plot on Bob Marley. You guys might remember back a few months ago, I attempted to read this one and just put it down for now. It wasn't a complete DNF for me, I just wasn't in the mood for it then, but I am going to be attempting to read it again this month. This one is lengthy. I think it's about 700 pages long, so I'm going to try to go for the audiobook. That is how I started it last time. I really enjoyed doing it that way. There is a full cast, so hopefully I'll be able to get through it that way this month. Now, that is all I'm going to be reading as far as what counts for the readathon, but there are a few more books that I definitely know I want to get to this month that are just random, and then a few more that I might have on my radar. First one that I know I need to get to is Second Chance Summer by Morgan Matson. I really want to read this one in August because I am reading it for one of the yearly challenges that I'm participating in, and the prompt for this is to read a book in the season it is set in. summer's almost over, and I haven't read this one yet, so I need to pick it up in August or it won't count. This book follows our main character, Taylor, and every summer she and her family go to this island as just to kind of get away for their summer vacation. And one year her dad gets some pretty devastating news, and it looks like this is going to be the last summer that they're spending together. And while she is here, Taylor runs into her former best friend as well as her first boyfriend. I'm sure that there's going to be some drama there, probably some romance ensues, family issues as well. I've loved everything I've read from Morgan Matson so far, and I'm sure this one will be no different. I also have a few here that I actually have in my possession. You guys know that I don't buy books a whole lot, but these were all actually gifted to me or sent to me, so I guess this is kind of a mini book haul as well, but I really want to try to get to these as soon as possible. So the first one I received in my Book of the Month box for July. If you guys are interested in signing up, I do have a link down in the description where you can go and do that. But my pick for July was Past Perfect Life by Elizabeth Eulberg. This book follows our main character, Allie, and Allie just lives a pretty normal life. She has really good friends, a cute boy that she's starting to talk to, but then her world gets turned upside down when she realizes that she is not who she thinks she is. Her real name is Amanda, and she has been missing for the last 15 years. I've always loved the trope of you're not who you think you are, so I'm really hoping that this one fits the bill. I've never read anything from this author before, but I'm excited to dive in. The next one on my list was actually a gift from my mom, and this is The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. This book is a historical fiction novel that follows our main character, Monty, as he is going on his grand tour around Europe with his sister and his crush, Percy. This one is a chunky book at about 500 pages long, but the text is pretty big. I've heard that this is really funny and just really good in general, so hopefully I'll be able to fly through it in the month of August. And the last new book that I have actually won in a giveaway over on Instagram from the account Book in a Sweater, which I will leave the link to her Instagram as well as her Etsy shop down in the description for you. But the book that I won was Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Choi. This book follows two main characters, Sam and Penny, and both of them kind of don't really know where they're going in life. They feel a little bit lost and a little bit stuck, but they run into each other, exchange numbers, and wind up becoming inseparable over text and forming a relationship. This one has really interested me ever since it came out, and Mary H.K. Choi has another book coming out in September that I'm really interested in. So I think this one is going to have a really interesting commentary on forming relationships in this day and age when technology is at the forefront, and what it means to be forming an online friendship or friendship with someone that you don't see in person. So regardless, I'm excited to see what this one has to say. Hey guys, Future Alex popping in because I do have one more book that I'm adding to my August TBR that I didn't have in my possession when I originally filmed my TBR video. So I have received my pick for my August Book of the Month YA subscription. If you didn't know, I am actually an affiliate with them, and if you are not signed up and you're interested, I do have a link in my description as well as a discount code where you can go to their website and receive your first book for $10. And additionally, if you are a fellow influencer, if you have a book blog, Bookstagram, BookTube account, whatever, and you are interested in becoming an affiliate with Book of the Month YA, I have a separate link down in the description where you can go through that link to apply to become an affiliate with their program. If you're not familiar with Book of the Month, they are a monthly subscription service. Every month you can go online and choose from one of 5 brand new titles that are all hardback, delivered right to your door for $15 a month. And if you use that discount code down in the description, new members can get their first book for just $10. Now, Book of the Month has been a thing for a while, and the normal program features both YA and adult books, but they have recently launched a strictly YA platform, which is the one that I'm an affiliate for, and it's an incredible opportunity if you love YA books like I do. So the book that I selected for my August pick was Mind Games by Shanna Silver. This book follows our main character, Arden, who sells memories, and one day she discovers that all her memories have been removed. So she and this other boy, who has also had his memories removed, have to go and try to figure out what happened, where their memories went, even though they can't remember anything. So I have never read anything from this author. I'm not sure if this is a debut or not, but I had not heard of this until I heard about it through Book of the Month. Either way, I'm really excited, and I really hope that I can fit this one in August. Now, I guess that is the end of my official TBR. As you guys know, I usually never stick to my TBRs, so I do have several more that are on my radar. So just to throw out a few titles, I may go back to Zodiac by Romina Russell, which I didn't get to read in July. I'm also interested in reading Winger by by Andrew Smith. That one has been on my TBR for a while. Another one that I would really like to complete in August is Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas, which is the 6th book in the Throne of Glass series. If I can find access to it, I would really like to try to tackle The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger this month. And one more on my TBR for the month is Grave Mercy by Robin Lefevers. So that is the end of my massive TBR. Obviously, I know that I'm not going to be getting to every single book in this pile. This is just kind of what I'm feeling, what I might be gravitating towards. As always, you guys are welcome to follow me on Instagram. That is where you guys will see up-to-date information on what I'm currently reading. You can also follow me on Goodreads. The link to that is always in the description as well. But let me know what's on your TBR for August, or if you've read any of the books that I mentioned in this video and what your thoughts are on them. And also let me know if you're going to be participating in the NEWTs Magical Readathon. So until next time, bye!